Hello, Tyson Sharp here, and if you have a heart's mission that goes against societal norms, here we're going to learn how to overcome the internal and external challenges on your path of purpose. So let's dive in. Welcome back, and yes, we have a challenge on our hands. We are never really taught how to follow our heart's mission, right? We basically have societal norms and our culture that says be safe, be responsible, go to school, get a good education, and go throughout life in a very safe manner, very responsible manner, so that you can retire after 40 years of working, and then all of a sudden you can just sit on a beach and be comfortable. And that's what we're taught. But if you're listening to this, you probably have a different path. Your heart's pulling you to something else. Your heart's pulling you to something that goes against societal norms, against what our culture deems as normal or safe. And the reason why I want to do this recording and talk about this topic is because so many people are jumping on their path, what I call their path of purpose, what their heart's guiding them towards, what's their highest excitement, and they're running into the external challenges and internal challenges, right? The external challenges of once you jump on the path, it's like, how do I make money doing this, right? What do I do next? And there's doubt about, how to go about building a business. And what are other people going to think? They have these expectations, and I'm going against those expectations, and it brings up a lot of fear of failure, brings up a lot of doubt, brings up a lot of confusion, and brings up a lot of frustration when things don't work out. And I get it. I'm on the entrepreneurial journey as well, and it's taken me, 5 or 6 years to really find myself where I'm at now. And I remember when I used to post my very first, post about being a coach, and I overcome so much fear just in that itself. And what I thought I'd do is I'd walk you through the steps, walk you through how I overcome these internal and external challenges so you can follow more of your path, more of what you're doing, right? More of what your calling is. And the reason being is because all these external and internal challenges are in the way. Most of society is either not jumping on their path of purpose, or when they do, they run into these challenges and it gets too difficult. It gets too difficult, and so they stop. They end up getting another job that's not their highest excitement. They end up going down a path of safety and security. And it makes me sad to know that there's so many people going to their grave with their song still in them, right? With not contributing at the level they knew they could. And when I started learning all of this, how to overcome these challenges, I started realizing that if everyone knew this, then they would live not only a more fulfilling life, but definitely one that allows them to contribute at higher levels. But here's the challenge. Here's the real one where people find themselves stuck. And that is when you get on your path and you follow your highest excitement, but then things don't work out the way you think they should. When you jump on your path and you start that business and no one buys your products or services, or you start the YouTube channel or the podcast or the Facebook group and no one joins, no one engages, no one watches, what do you think then? Do you think it wasn't the right path? Do you think, oh my God, I'm just not meant for this? And do you go back to safety? Do you go back to comfort? Do you go back to what's familiar? That's what I want to talk about. Because when you jump on your path, you may get what you want, but often you don't. And why is that? Why sometimes do we follow our highest excitement and things don't go the way we think they should? Well, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a deeper lesson that you need to learn? I'll put it to this scenario. Imagine there's a child, a little 5-year-old who's at school and they want to compete in a race, a running race. Let's say it's with 10 other children, and they get in their race and they win. And then they get in another race and they win. Now, here's what can happen as a child. They get all this praise, of course, because they won. But what would happen if the child associates winning with love, or associates winning with being safe? What would happen then? From what I've known in coaching hundreds of entrepreneurs in the last, 5 or 6 years, is that whenever we do something that allows us to internally feel like we're enough, to feel like we're safe, to feel like we reach our level of significance, to feel like we're better off, we become addicted. We become addicted to that behavior, become addicted to that way of being, become addicted to that result. Do you think that can lead to some unhealthy patterns? If the child always feels like they need to win that race in order to feel enough, in order to feel loved, in order to feel safe, what's going to be their relationship with winning? What's going to be their relationship with losing? What's going to be their relationship with coming second or third? Will they beat themselves up? What's going to be their relationship to their other competitors? Can you see that it might form some patterns of sabotaging the other people and not becoming their best in order to just get that win so they can feel safe, they can feel enough, they can feel loved? I want you to think about it from the parent's perspective. From the parent's perspective, if you had that 5-year-old, what would be the lesson you would want that child to learn? What would be that lesson if you're looking into that 5-year-old's eyes and they have this desire to win, to feel safe, to feel enough, to feel special, to feel unique? What would your lesson be? You might be feeling into this and feel, you know what, I would want that child to succeed. I would want that child to put their heart forward. If this is their heart's calling, if this is what they want to do, I want them to put their best foot forward so they can grow, they can develop, while simultaneously knowing they're loved no matter what. Knowing they're loved no matter what. No matter what happens, they're just as divine, they're just as loved, they're just as enough, they're just as safe. I feel like this is life's lesson. I feel like this is the universe's lesson to us when we jump on our path of purpose. And the way I describe it is when everything breaks down, when you jump on your path and no one buys, or you jump on your path to building, a YouTube channel and no one watches. Or you go and you tell that person you love them and they reject you. I think this is life's lesson. I think this is what the universe is teaching us. There's a deeper lesson to learn here than just getting what your mind thinks needs to happen in order for you to feel better off. The way I describe it is when everything breaks down, all your external circumstances break down, that's a sign that you're learning the lesson you didn't know you were meant to learn. It really does. And so here's my thing to you. What would be possible if you were going on your path of purpose? If you were going on your path of purpose and you just said, you know what, I'm going to go all in, I'm going to follow my highest excitement, I'm going to be in a space of love, I'm going to be in a space of contribution, and I'm going to do what I feel inside is my highest expansion. And still know I am loved, I'm safe, I'm just as part of unity consciousness as if I succeed or fail. If you feel that, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is the life is going to say, you've learned this lesson and you are now safe to receive. Similar to the child. If the child is addicted to success, to feel like this success is me being enough, then that child might not be in that child's highest excitement to win all of the time. They may learn a deeper lesson that goes beyond that. And similar when we follow our path of purpose. We are now safe to receive when we know we are just as safe. We are just as loved. We are just as enough regardless. And then you'll actually start to receive the higher level opportunities that your mind couldn't see. Your mind can't see the other opportunities, the thousands of opportunities, the endless amount of possibilities, an endless amount of abundance. Your mind can't see that. But your heart can. Your heart will follow you to something of your highest excitement, and knowing that there's different steps that your mind can't see. So if you were to close your eyes right now, if you're in a space to close your eyes, if not, you can just listen to this and just imagine. Imagine that you're looking at this 5-year-old and you see there's love in their eyes, you see there's possibility, you see there's just endless abundance of what this child can do, who this child can be. And I want you to feel the love for this 5-year-old and feel the fear, feel the possibility, feel the need to be loved, and feel just holding a loving safe space for that 5-year-old, regardless of if they perform or not. If this 5-year-old's really following their highest, if they're performing and they're doing their best, can you feel the love for that 5-year-old, regardless if they come last or if they come first? And as you continue to imagine this, I want you to notice that we all have this internal 5-year-old in us. We all have this pattern that says, I need to succeed in order to feel loved. It might not be in a running race, but it could be in business. It could be in your career. It could be in a relationship. It could be on social media. At some level, we have this internal 5-year-old that says, I need to succeed and do well to feel loved. So as you open your eyes, I want you to feel what it would feel like for you to get everything that you wanted. Everything that your mind can see, okay, that would be abundance. Whether it be the love, the relationship, the income, the business reach, the impact you were making. If you were to visualize having that and feeling the level of possibility, feeling the level of safety, feeling the level of just overall abundance, overall endless possibility. Now feel yourself pushing all of that away and keeping the feeling. Can you keep the feeling of possibility, of endless expansion and abundance, regardless of what's happening around you? If you do that, you will be learning one of the biggest lessons that life's trying to teach you, especially if you're jumping on your path of purpose. If you're jumping on your path of purpose, these are the deep lessons that you need to learn and you need to live by in order for you to receive at the level your mind can't see right now. If you're to receive at that level, this is what you need to feel. You will be safe to receive in abundance. You'll be safe to achieve what it is you want and more. The high level possibilities, high level of endless expansion, because you know you're just as safe without it. So now I want to hear from you. Let me know below. Are you willing to jump on your path of purpose? And let me know your biggest takeaway. That'll really help me and it'll really help all of the community as well. So let me know below and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.